You probably check WhatsApp, dozens of times a day? But what if I told you that one of its simplest features, the status update, is also one of the most powerful side hustle tools you can get your hands on right now? In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how to turn the contacts you already have into actual customers.
It sounds almost too easy, doesn't it? The idea that your phone, the same one you use for group chats and sending memes, could actually become a consistent source of income. But honestly, this isn't some gimmick. Let's really dig into how this thing works.
And look, this isn't just some theory I'm throwing out there. People are calling this the single most practical income hack for a lot of African creators at this very moment. Seriously, forget about complex sales funnels or spending a ton on ads. This is all about monetizing the network you've already built today. And that keyword here is practical. Okay, so before we jump into the how-to, we've got to talk about the why. What is it that makes a simple 24-hour status update a potential goldmine? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple.
The power behind this whole strategy really comes down to four things. First, the reach is just massive. It's the go-to app in Africa. But here's the real magic. You're not selling to total strangers. You're reaching contacts who already know and trust you. You combine that with the natural urgency of a story that disappears in 24 hours, and what do you get? You get highly engaged viewers who are ready to take action and fast.
All right, let's get to the real heart of the strategy. This isn't about just posting random stuff and hoping for the best. Nope. It's a simple, repeatable, three-step formula. And you know the best part? It's so simple that it's incredibly easy to do, every single time.
And here it is. We call it the three-frame formula. I want you to think of it like a tiny little story told across 3 status updates. Frame 1 is the hook. You've got to grab their attention right away. Frame 2 is the value. You show them exactly what's in it for them. And frame 3 is the call to action, or CTA, where you tell them precisely what to do next. Hook, value, CTA. That's the entire playbook. Easy, right?
So, let's see this whole formula in action. Here's a perfect hook. Why does it work? Because it taps into a desire almost everyone has, making extra money without a lot of hassle. And that simple little phrase, "watch this," it creates what's called an open loop in their mind. They just have to swipe to find out the answer.
And then, bam, you deliver the value. And this is where it gets really powerful. See, it's not some vague promise. It's a specific, tangible result. I made 50,000 Naira in a week. Using Naira makes it instantly feel authentic and relatable. This isn't just a claim anymore. It's proof, and it makes that hook totally believable.
And finally, the call to action. This is where you close that loop you opened. It is crystal clear. DM, start. There's zero guesswork for them. And then adding limited spots, that introduces some powerful urgency. It pushes anyone who's on the fence to act right now before they miss out.
So, now you've got the formula, but the magic, the thing that separates a few replies from a flood of DMs, it's all in the details. So let's look at the small tweaks in your writing, your visuals, and your trust signals that can totally boost your results.
Your words are absolutely critical. Keep it simple and direct. And hey, using local language or pidgin where it feels natural, that builds an instant authentic connection. Remember, words like today or limited aren't just words, they are action drivers. Oh, and don't be afraid to test out short videos. They often get way more engagement than just text because they feel so personal and real.
And visuals, they matter so much more than you probably think. I mean, just look at the difference here. The post on the left, it's easy to just scroll right past it. But on the right, a few simple tweaks change absolutely everything. Bolding the text makes it pop. That green graphic kind of looks like a button, which just invites a tap. And that little trust badge, it instantly adds credibility and makes you look way more professional.
Okay, this is the big one, right? People might be interested, but they are not going to buy a thing if they don't trust you. Overcoming that hesitation is probably the most critical part of making any sales at all.
You have to actively build that trust. And you know what? Local proof is the best way to do it. A simple screenshot of a payment confirmation or even a quick voice note from a happy customer, that stuff is golden. You should also offer trusted payment options, like a simple bank transfer or platforms like Flutterwave and Paystack. This just removes any friction and immediately signals that you're a legitimate seller.
Timing, my friends, is everything. Don't just post and pray. You need to follow a simple schedule. Post your 3-frame story in the evening when people are unwinding and are most active on their phones. Then hit them with the follow-up the next morning.
And then post one final reminder with some social proof, like that customer screenshot we talked about, to catch anyone who is still on the fence.
Okay, so you've made a few sales. That is fantastic. But how do you turn this into something more consistent, right? The next step is all about moving from these one-off successes to building a real, scalable system.
This is how you go from a side hustle to a real system. First, stop posting to everybody. Create dedicated broadcast lists for the people who've shown they're interested. This is a total game changer because it lets you send them offers they actually want to see. It feels like a service, not spam. Next, collaborate. Find other creators and cross-promote to each other's audiences. And finally, once you have a system that's working, you can pour a little fuel on the fire with small paid promos to bring fresh, interested contacts right into your WhatsApp.
Whew, we have covered a lot of ground. So to pull this all together for you, here is a final checklist. I want you to think of this as your pre-flight check before you launch any new offer on your status.
This is it, your final action plan. Before you post anything, just run through these questions. Do I have a killer hook and a super clear value? Is my call to action unmistakable? Are my payment options all set up? Do I have my social proof ready to share? Have I planned my timing and my follow-up messages? If you can say yes to all of these, you are ready to launch.
So here's the real takeaway from all this. This isn't just some marketing trick. It's a powerful reminder that your most valuable asset is the trust you've already built with your network. This whole system works because you're offering something of value to people who already believe in you. So the only real question left is, what value are you going to offer them today?